folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have the horse chestnut, Aesculus hippocastanum. Here are some of the nice old trees near the Mannheim Castle or Mannheim Palace in Germany. But I could have made this video basically everywhere in more or less temperate areas of Europe, because horse chestnuts are among the most common roadside and park trees. Look at those beautiful old trees. Yeah, they're extremely popular in Europe. I don't know in other continents like in East Asia or North America. They are less popular, but that's quite natural because they're actually a European tree. However, a European tree very rare in the wild. Unlike the normal chestnut, the horse chestnut is extremely rare. It grows wild only on the Balkans. There are small populations in Greece, Albania, Macedonia and Bulgaria. However, it's not exactly sure if the Bulgarian populations are natural or if they were introduced in the Middle Ages. But anyway, there are no wild native populations outside of the Balkan Peninsula, but it's being grown everywhere in European parks and gardens. Why? Well, not so much in private gardens, actually in parks and roadsides. Well, first, we have to know that the horse chestnut is not closely related to the real chestnut. The real chestnut is in the family Fagaceae. The horse chestnut is in the family, either in the subfamily Castanoideae of the family Sapindaceae, or in the family what did I say? Did I say the subfamily Castanoideae? No, the subfamily Hippocastanoideae of the family Sapindaceae, or the family Hippocastanaceae. Well, if it's in the Sapindaceae, it's actually closely related to the lychee than to the real chestnut. Why is it called horse chestnut? Well, because it's big and not edible for humans. Yeah, people like to call stuff which is not edible after some animals, like mouse barley or horseradish. If it's small, they would usually call it after a mouse. If it's big, they would call it after a horse. So the horse chestnuts, they can be eaten by wild animals and livestock, but not by humans. So why are they so popular? Well, they are very popular as ornamentals because they are very good for city climate, for the dry city climate, which puts a lot of stress on plants. You can see they are losing their leaves quite early because we've had quite a lot of drought during the last couple years, but they can stand even a lot more drought. Yeah, and so starting in the 16th century, the Ottomans basically introduced them through Europe, and they spread in the following centuries. They spread through Europe and become quite popular. However, I've never seen really big and old chestnut trees. This here is like up to a meter. This is what you tend to see everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen a tree that was much bigger than those. So they are most popular as ornamentals in cities. Why? They can stand the city climate, they grow to impressive sizes, the leaves are quite interesting, the flowers are really beautiful, and the fruit are quite interesting for children, for playing conkers or building little figurines out of them. But they've been used for a lot of other things also. Well, as I said, you can feed them to animals. You can also make medicine, and I know that when I was a child, people would buy them. I never did this, but there were people who would collect them and bring them to special places where they would get money for them, and medicine would be made from them. Also, you can use the starch, you can make alcohol and acids out of them, you can use the leaves and other parts for dyeing, and the British actually used them to make explosives during both World Wars. Quite an interesting plant. What you shouldn't do is eating them. Also, you see this beautiful mahogany color and the smoothness. Well, unfortunately, they will not last forever. The big seeds will first start to dry up and the color is gonna get more dull. Then they will start shrivel up. They will still be beautiful when they are shriveled, but not as beautiful as when they are fresh. And so all your little chestnut figurines and creations, they will not be that smooth and beautiful later. Well, the plant is not edible, but I'm still gonna try one of the seeds. As you can see, tightly packed starch, very nutritious, but protected from some animals like the humans by bitter taste and content of toxins. Other animals eat it. Also squirrels and stuff will collect them and store them for winter. Well, starchy, very much like an edible chestnut, but also quite bitter. I'm sure that in famines and wars, people have tried to make them into foodstuff to use all that starch. Yeah, without the bitterness, it would be pretty much exactly like a normal chestnut without the normal chestnut flavor, or maybe there is a normal chestnut flavor, but it's lost because of the bitterness. Anyway, yeah, I've never read anything about successfully making this stuff edible. If you have an idea how you can make it edible, you can share it. I will not eat more than that. It's not incredibly bitter, but it's bitter enough to make it useless as a normal foodstuff. So folks, this was the horse chestnut, Aesculus hippocastanum. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful city of Mannheim. Here once more the Mannheimer Castle, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.